guys, I didn't feel like washing my hair today. So this is what we're working with. This story is a weird one, okay? Because I kind of need your help. For the longest time, I didn't have access to my personal email account. I don't know why, I just didn't have access. I guess I forgot the password, I don't remember. But recently, I regained access to that email account and I saw an email that apparently was sent to me while I did not have access. And it was from someone that I used to be friends with way back in the day. Well, I mean, I guess not way back in the day, but pretty back in the day. I wasn't friends with them when I was like in fucking kindergarten, but you get the picture. So I read this email, and in this email, this person mentioned this thing that I'm about to tell you guys about. And they mentioned it in a way that made it seem like they were still like really angry about it. And I was just thinking to myself, like, what the fuck are they talking about? I'm gonna tell you how this situation happened, obviously through my perspective. I can't tell you how they saw it. And I want you guys to be honest with me. Tell me if I'm in the wrong here. Maybe I just don't understand or don't see why I was wrong in this situation, but I need you guys to tell me. I'm not always gonna agree with you guys, and you guys certainly do not always have to agree with me. I want this to be an open relationship, okay? I'm not always gonna love what you guys have to say, and you're not always gonna love what I have to say. And that's okay. I think that's part of any normal, healthy relationship, so tell me whatever you guys want to tell me after you hear this story. Okay, enough rambling. Let's begin. This story happened years ago when I was at a party. Now, what does Jessie do at a party? Jessie gets drunk. Duh. I wasn't really friends necessarily with like everyone at the party, but it was still a fun situation. A girl was there who, I don't want to say she was like my best friend, but she was pretty close to me. We knew each other pretty well. And we went to the party, we were having a good time, and I noticed this guy. I knew who this guy was. Like, I knew of him, but I had never actually like met him. So when I saw that opportunity, I was like, okay, I'm gonna take it. I am really shy in person, which I feel like most people would find hard to believe, but I am really shy and quiet usually, unless you know me, then I get really fucking loud and annoying. But when I'm first meeting people, or when I'm in a party where like I don't know everyone, I tend to like kind of stick to myself. Unless I'm drunk, then I tend to stick to everybody. Whatever. Point is, I'm not gonna just go up to a guy and start flirting with him because that's just not me. I get too nervous to do that shit. But eventually it organically happened that him and I started talking, and then we started flirting, and then it was a good situation. I was happy about it. I was having a great time. Once that window of opportunity is open, then I'll start like saying things that are flirty and all that stuff. But I'm definitely not gonna just walk up to a guy that is not flirting with me at all and start flirting with him. That's just ridiculous. It wasn't even like a crazy amount of flirting because I don't like to flirt in the traditional sense. I like to more like crack jokes back and forth because I find like traditional flirting is kind of cringy. So we were just laughing together and having a really good time, and I noticed that that friend hadn't really come up to me and talked to me while I was with this guy. And honestly, I didn't think anything of it. I didn't think she was upset or anything. I was like, oh, she's pretty much doing what the rest of my friends do, which is when they see me talking to a guy, they're like, okay girl, you do you, I'm gonna be in a corner getting drunk. So I continued talking to this guy, and at one point in the party, everyone went to the rooftop of the building that we were at. And it was nice. Like, okay, you know how everyone in a party kind of breaks up into little groups, even if everyone knows each other? It's not like everyone just stands in a fucking circle staring at each other. You know, you break off into your little groups. So everyone was doing that, and eventually me and him kind of broke off while we were on the rooftop, which was nice because it was dark, and I was like, ooh, this is kind of romantic. But nothing happened. It's not like we were gonna make out in the middle of the fucking party. We were just having a good time being separate from the group. Whatever. We were talking. I was having an amazing time. I was like, this is the best. I was super drunk. It was amazing. On the way back from the rooftop, while we were getting out of the stairwell, my friend comes up to me and she pulls the ultimate party foul, party pooper move ever. She comes up to me and she says,
you know I like him, right?
And I looked at her and I thought she was kidding. I mean, I didn't even know what the fuck she was talking about. I was like, no, what do you mean, him? For the sake of this story, I'm gonna call him Drew. So I was like, no, you mean Drew? You like Drew? And she's like,
yeah, you know I liked him.
And I'm not even joking, that is exactly how she fucking said it. And this was just the biggest fucking buzzkill of all time, okay? Because let me explain something about this girl. Number one, at this point in her life, she was obsessed with this other guy. Like, completely obsessed with this other guy. She wouldn't shut up about the guy, she was always crying about the guy, she was obsessed with him. Now, one person I had never mentioned her talk about was Drew. Not once. Never oh, Drew's cute. Never oh, I would like to have sex with Drew. Never ooh, maybe Drew could be my boyfriend. Nothing that anyone would take as, oh, she definitely likes Drew. Now listen, I don't fuck with this, okay? If one of my friends thinks a guy is cute, that's all I need. You just need to think he's cute for me to not even look his way. I don't fuck with that, okay? There's no reason. There's plenty of guys in the world. I don't need to fuck with your guy. Especially if you're one of my friends. But here's the thing about this girl. I'm gonna give you an example. I know the story's kind of all over the place, but stick with me for a second. A few few months before this incident, we had gone to an event where there was a bartender, and I will never forget her basically calling dibs on the bartender. But she was the type to call dibs on pretty much everyone, and here's my problem with dibs. And this is not me trying to be mean or anything, but you can't call dibs on someone that's not interested in you. That's not how dibs works. I don't believe in calling dibs before a person has even talked to you. Let's say two guys come up to me and my friend. They're both kind of being flirty with each of us. We're really not sure who's interested in who. And then me and my friend step away to go to the bathroom. That friend has every right to say, hey, that guy with the beard, I want him, so you can't have him. And I'll be like, all right, fuck it, I'll get the other guy. He kind of has a lazy eye, but it's all good, me too. But you can't just walk into a room, look at a guy who hasn't even looked your way and say, dibs, I want him. That's not fair, okay? Because that person has a right to choose whoever they want. And just because you think they're cute doesn't mean that they might be more interested in your friend than you. It's happened to me where a guy that I thought was cute was more interested in my friend than me, and I'm just like, all right, well, whatever. Shit happens. Not everyone's interested in your type, so dibs are kind of stupid in that regard. They're like only usable in very limited situations. So she called dibs on this bartender, and I was like, all right, I mean, whatever. And obviously I had to go up to the bartender to get drinks because I needed drinks. And every time I went up to the bar, the guy would crack jokes with me, and I was just like cracking jokes back with him because it's just fucking what I do. I don't know. I'm not gonna be mean to anyone. But I did not actively like pursue him because she said he was cute. And I'll never forget, he put his hat on me like backwards. And I don't remember what he was saying, but he was just like joking about putting the hat on me. I was fucking drunk, okay? And I'll never forget that she genuinely got annoyed with this situation. She would like joke about it and say like, oh, you stole the bartender from me. But she was like not joking, you know what I mean? So this was the type of person that she was. Like back when we were friends, like she would just put dibs on everyone. She called dibs on fucking everyone before they even spoke. So when she told me that she liked Drew, I was like, I mean, how much do you really like him? Because you kind of like everyone. And also, us being semi-close, I would think that if she liked Drew, I would have heard about him, but all I had heard about was the other guy that she was obsessed with. So I took it with a grain of salt, but I didn't do anything with him. I did continue to talk to him throughout the night. She got upset at that, and I was like, you know what, whatever. I'm sorry, but if he wanted to talk to you, he would be talking to you. And I was having a good time and having a good conversation with him. And it's just not right that just out of like jealousy or whatever the case, I hate saying jealousy because it's such a tacky thing to say nowadays because it's so overused. But whether it be insecurities or whatever it is that makes you genuinely upset that I'm talking to someone, I'm not gonna stop living my life because of that. It was a frequent thing that continued to happen with this person. Like they would think someone was cute, they basically like peed on them so that nobody else would go near them, and I was just like over it. And at this point we were on the brink of not being friends anyway. We had kind of fought and shit, so I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm not gonna really care that you like him so very much that I've never heard you talk about him. I'm just gonna pretend you never said that. Okay, so bye. Even though we talked for the rest of the night, it was kind of like a weird damper, so I would like talk to him and then just move to someone else because I was like, this is just awkward now and I fucking hate this. But anyway, I actually really liked the guy. Like not really liked him like I wanted to be in a relationship with him, but like I really liked him like I wanted to see his penis. Is that too much? Probably. Basically, I didn't know that I just wanted to see his penis. I wanted to explore more. I wanted to see if maybe him and I could date. I wasn't sure. He seemed like a very cool guy. Him and I had good conversations together, so I was like, maybe I just want to see where this leads. It ended up just leading to his penis, but that's besides the point. So basically, I reached out to him one day, not like asking him to hang out. It was just like a, hey, what's up with you? And it ended up turning into a hanging out type of thing. We both agreed to hang out. He was gonna come over. We were gonna go on my rooftop and just like have drinks and cheese. Back then I wasn't vegan, so it was like regular cheese, whatever, that was not important. We were just gonna go on my rooftop and have drinks and talk, and it was actually a really nice time. Apparently we had too many drinks because, you know, adult things took place. But before we did our activities, God, I hate talking about sex on YouTube. I asked him and I was like, hey, have you ever wanted to be with this person? And I was talking about my friend. I said, have you ever shown her interest? Have you guys ever spoken in any kind of way? And mind you, this was after her and I had stopped being friends. Even after I'm not friends with you, it doesn't mean that I don't respect you anymore. And so I still asked him, I was like, did you ever express any interest in her? Have you guys ever spoken in that type of way? And I shit you not, he said, no. Absolutely not. That is a direct motherfucking quote. No, absolutely not. So it just confirmed what I was thinking, which was basically that she just put dibs on him that didn't even make any sense. She couldn't have liked him that much because I had never heard her talk about him. And I was like, you know what? I don't fucking owe her anything. I want to do this and I like him and whatever. Fucking, I'm an adult. I want to make this decision right now. But till this day, she tells me that I went after a man that she really, really liked. And I don't know. know. Do you guys think that's what I did? I mean, from my perspective, this is all I did. I don't know. I made an adult decision. I didn't really listen to her when she said she really, really liked him because she never fucking mentioned him before, and she puts invisible dibs on everyone. For instance, my friend Leslie, she doesn't just say that she likes anyone. So if we're at a club and she's like, hey, I really think this guy's cute, then I'd be like, oh, okay, cool, go get him. Like, I'm not gonna go and try to make out with him. She also claimed that like everyone she was friends with thought that it was just bizarre that I had done this with this guy, and that, oh my god, like she should confront me. And I'm like, what? It's not that serious. You never even fucking talked about him. I don't know. Let's start a discussion. What do you guys think about dibs? Do you think it's a real thing? Do you think it's something that people do out of insecurity because they feel they have to call dibs? Anyway, that's it for today's video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I put out new videos every Tuesday and Saturday, and I will see you on Saturday. Bye! Like I said, we were going to Cozumel the next day, and when we got to Cozumel, I don't know what it is about Mexico, but every time I'm in Mexico, I always end up with some sort of strange fluid inside my mouth. I know what that sounds like, and it's pretty much exactly what I meant. So, I'm just kidding. Am I?